Josh, just real quick, what are your thoughts on the game tonight?
They came out really strong in the first half, and we tried to fight. I felt like the fight was good, but some calls didn't go our way, and they walked us down, and that was it.
How difficult is it to deal with their size up front?
It's not really that difficult, but they are relentless. So I feel like they were more connected as a team. So I think that's what beat us.
What was the challenge playing without Mark tonight?
A little bit more physicality. I'm having to fly around, do a little bit more, and some of the offense was a little bit stagnant as well. Drives and kicks, stuff like that. We were relying on our guards and whatnot. So, his presence was missed.
What is it about Florida's offense that makes them so difficult to defend?
Their initial offense is really easy to defend, but it's the number one rebounding team in the country. So they send about like 2-3 guys, and we just tried to follow the game plan to a T. And I feel like they came out with a big chip on their shoulders just because we got one up on them at their house. So.
What have you learned from this experience at the SEC tournament?
Gotta be more physical. We have to be more physical. We can't lay down and fight, and just take a beating, right? Because the next game, get sent home. Thank goodness we had a great season. So, we're predicted to go to the tournament, but this could have been our last game. So, we just gotta be more physical. We gotta be ready mentally.
How are you feeling about Sunday? Have y'all discussed it? How are y'all feeling about Sunday?
Well, Sunday, we haven't really discussed it yet. We don't even know, in terms of like a watch party or anything. But yeah, we're just, we're ready for our next opponent.
Obviously, bigger goals ahead, but Sunday, will it feel kind of like a culmination after everything that the program went through last year?
I mean, I would assume so. I wasn't a part of that,
sure.
But I've definitely, heard about it in the locker room and stuff like that. So it'll be a feel good, moment, for the staff and the team, because it was a big turnaround as opposed to last year. So yeah, we're anticipating, getting to the big dance and seeing how we fare. So.
I think that's the hardest part of your schedule, just because you're just beating up on each other the whole time. So it'll be good to be able to get out there, get some rest going into the NCAA tournament, and then go against different opponents, different style of basketball.
Caleb, sorry if this is stuff you've already been asked, but just when you have a loss like this at this time of year, is there anything you take away lesson-wise at this point in the season?
We just got to get back to who we are. We got to learn what we didn't do well, and so we'll just go back. We have a good time to prepare for the next couple games, knowing that our next game will probably be Thursday or Friday, so we got almost a week off. So we just got to keep continuing to build off of what we've been getting better at the last couple of weeks, and then having a full week of practice, we should be well prepared going into our next matchup.
I know this is maybe hard to think about after a loss, but SEC tournament, big picture at large, do you feel like you guys got what you needed out of this trip to Nashville?
I mean, yes, but no. I mean, we came here to win the thing, but we also wanted to get back to playing the way that we have been, and I feel like we did do that. So it's like a 50-50 thing. But no moral victories. We don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. And I think regardless of the outcome, regardless of who's playing, we just got to be ready to play whoever's on the floor.
What comes next for you personally with Selection Sunday coming on Sunday, and then the tournament next week? It'll be just a different feel, different vibe, against going to SEC, instead of going against SEC teams, and I think that's just important for us because it's really hard. We played 20 straight games against SEC opponents. We've just been banging on each other, beating up each other, and I think it'll be good to refresh ourselves with a different opponent.
You think you'll notice that difference playing a different opponent right away?
I would guess. I think each league has their own way of style. I'm not saying we're the most physical, we're the most talented. I mean, I believe that we are, but each league has its own set of strengths, and I think it'll be good to
put our strengths against somebody else's strengths, and I think it just makes it more fun that way too. Going out and playing against other teams and seeing how your league does compared to the rest of the teams in the tournament.
What's this weekend going to mean to you as a college basketball veteran?
Yeah, it's something you can't take for granted, and then I just think that it's what we all dreamed of. That's why we came here. We came here to go to the NCAA tournament, so we just got to take advantage of the situation that's coming up.
Caleb, you've been pretty vocal about your guys' goal is to reach the Final Four, to go to San Antonio. Do you feel closer now? Do you feel further away now? Where do you guys feel, just in kind of a big picture sense, where do you feel you are on track to that goal?
Well, I've been part of the NCAA tournament. I've been to the Sweet 16, and I think just the hardest part of your schedule. I don't know who I mentioned to it earlier, but I said the hardest part of your schedule is the last couple games of February and the first couple games of March, just because everybody in your league knows who each other are. We've watched each other multiple times, and it's really hard to prepare. And it's a slugfest every game. And so now it'll be fresh, being able to go against a different opponent that you are more unfamiliar with. And I think it just creates more of a different feel, and a different atmosphere, and a different energy, and a different level of focus going into those games.
What did you learn tonight about, that's the caliber of opponent you're going to have to face when it comes to reaching the goals that you want to get to? What did you learn about yourself tonight?
I think we just learned that we got to get more stops. I think we were doing a good job getting some stops, but then maybe like there was a 50-50 ball we just didn't come up with. So we got to take those 50-50 balls and turn them into 90-10s, and then we got to come out a little bit better than we did. It hurt us. First possession, I think we gave up an offensive rebound, and they hit a three. And then our first offensive possession, we ended up getting a flagrant foul and 2 free throws, and I think they hit a three. So within the first 50 seconds of the game, we got down 8-0. So we just can't start out like that, and I think that would be really important for us going forward. Thanks.
Have a group of talented again, you never know. And, I think that's one thing about it is we need to stay in the moment. Thanks. Thank you.
Jacob is one of the veteran guys on this team, one of the leaders on this team. After a game like today, we know that most important basketball is still how do you guys this season? What's the message from you and your other leaders and Coach Gates and Florida?
Well, to understand that, we had one heck of a season in the SEC as far as, basketball goes, and understand that we are a very connected team. We have a lot of basketball left, and that we have a lot to learn from, our conference play, but also this tournament play. And, we need to be thankful. We get to have our names called on Sunday, and, that's something to look forward to. We want to debrief and get some rest and be ready.
When you guys talk about going back and watching film, now that you're through with your counter opponents for this season, you're going to play teams that you've never seen. What does that look like this next week?
Well, we understand that we don't have to underestimate anybody. We were earlier in the season telling people that they don't know about us. They don't know about Mizzou basketball. Now they do. We understand we're going to get everybody's best shot. We just got their best shot. And that's 97 points, and they shot the leather off the ball. So, that's credit to the Gators, but also every other team that's played us, they've given us their best shot. And we understand going forward, just because whatever seed they are, whatever seed we are, we're not going to underestimate them. We're going to go out there and we're going to play basketball like we know how to.
What's Sunday going to mean to you when you hear your team's name called?
Well, we're thankful. We're blessed to be one of the teams to be able to, have our name called, and we all understand that as well. And we can't wait.
What makes Florida so difficult to defend?
They're very physical and they played very fast, but again, I think that might have been one of the best games of the year as far as them shooting percentage wise. And when they come out hot like that, there's only so much you can do. Unless you just start fouling or doing whatever and getting angry. I think the way we handled it was the best you could handle it. Trying to regroup. We had it down to 4. I don't know how many times we fought back. So I don't think the score defines that whole game at all.
How difficult was it to play against them without Mark?
Obviously, that's one of our leaders, one of our, he's 13 all SEC, so, it's rough. But again, we have so much depth, and, the way we game plan, every guy can be a starter if they want to. There's just so much depth in this team, but we definitely missed them, and, can't wait to have them back.
What do you think Florida showed differently from your first matchup when y'all won?
I think the roles reversed in the first 5 minutes. The way we did them in Gainesville, we jumped on them, and they couldn't bounce back from it. And when they did, we kept on fighting, kind of how they did. They got it close, and I think the roles were just reversed. They had jumped out on us, made it hard for us to get back. We got back, and they jumped out us on again. So credit them.
Now that the SEC season is officially over for you, what are you going to take away from it?
don't underestimate any team. You know, we're the best conference in the country. You know, we just got a great taste of it. So that's a good momentum roller for us to go into, tournament play. You know, I'm not going to underestimate any team, but, you know, again, we know everybody's going to give us the best shot, and we learned that, you know. And, again, us having that best conference, I mean, that gives us all the momentum in the world.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.